Welcome back to another episode of Home Sweet Home Cooking. As always, I'm your host Rocky. My mother Kathleen is running around the kitchen behind me. Today we're going to start a series of recipes that are simple, no-bake treats, sweet treats. And there's going to be, hopefully, 2 different recipes in each video. There's no baking, they're quick to assemble. These are great to make with kids because it's no baking. Most of the stuff uses a microwave or maybe a stovetop to bring something together, but it's very easy to do. And they're delicious. This is a cocoa fudge drop. These have been around for a long, long time. I remember having these when I was just, knee-high to a grasshopper. Simple recipe starts with 1/4 cup of butter. I'm sorry, not 1/4 cup, 1/4 pound, which would be 1 stick of butter. 1/4 cup of milk.
Hi.
1/2 teaspoon of salt. As with most sugar treats, a lot of call for salt. It helps balance out the flavor and bring forward the chocolate flavor because you're using cocoa and not chocolate. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of cocoa. You could do this on a stovetop, but it's also quite doable in a microwave, which makes it even kid-friendlier than a stovetop. And calls for 2 cups of granulated white sugar. Now this goes into the microwave. It says bring to a boil for 1 minute. I know our microwave, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn down for 1 minute, which is gonna melt the butter and allow me to stir in the sugars. And then I'm gonna turn it back on for another 2.5, which for us, by the time it brings it up to a boil, it'll boil for 1 minute. So there's 1 cup. And 2 cups. That's it for the first set of ingredients that go in to this. You're going to add peanut butter. Once it's out of the microwave, you're going to add some peanut butter and some vanilla. Mix that in. And you're going to add oats and chopped nuts. If you want to use crunchy peanut butter, you could put peanuts in here. If you want to use walnuts, I like walnuts in this. It's very good with walnuts. I'm just going to use the creamy peanut butter, but any type of nut will work. Pecans, walnuts, peanuts, macadamia nuts would probably be goodness. I haven't had macadamia nuts in it before. But like I said, I'm going to put it in for 1 minute. Let the butter melt, give it a stir, let the sugar start to mix in, and then I'm going to put it in for another 2.5 minutes, which should bring this to a boil for 1 minute. Just learn your microwave. I don't need a see-through bowl on this one because I know how this microwave works. And I'll get this done, and we'll be back in the second part of this. Alright, it is out of the microwave. It is definitely hot in the bottom. This would not necessarily have to be done in the microwave. Would you say, Ma, you could do this on the stovetop if you wanted?
And boil it for a minute.
Yep, and if you're out camping, this is something you even do while you're camping over the campfire, theoretically. Or if the power's out, do it on a grill. So, into the chocolatey gooey mixture, which just looks absolutely delicious. I don't know if you can see that because it's going to follow gravity. I put in 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And to that, we're also going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Any vanilla will do. The better vanilla you use, the better it's going to taste. But there's really nothing spectacular about this because you're using cocoa and not real chocolate. So I wouldn't go overboard using pure vanilla in this. Alright, and to that, I'm going to stir this in a little bit so it gets incorporated into the hot liquid before I add the rest of the ingredients. I believe this is one of the first recipes that I did.
Probably.
Yeah, because this requires no baking, it's kind of kid safe. It's a little bit hot coming out of the microwave, and you don't want to stick their finger in it, obviously, but this is a great one. You can bring your kids in the kitchen, and they can start learning how to cook, and hopefully, you know, do the same thing I did, where the more I cooked with my mom, the more I want to spend time with my mother in the kitchen. So this is a great way to start with kids, these simple no-bake recipes, because the whole safety part of that. Okay, I got the peanut butter. That's probably the way you boil it, so the peanut butter melts in, is my guess. It is mixed in very nicely, except for the little bit on the spoon. And to that is going to be 1/2 cup of nuts, completely optional. We've made this with nuts, without nuts plenty of times. But we're going to use 1/2 cup of walnuts and 2 cups of quick oats. They uncooked, obviously you don't want to put oatmeal in here, but just your generic rolled oats is fine. And you're going to mix that together. Just make it so all the oatmeal is covered. Otherwise it's not going to stick together and form your little balls of delicious goodness. Oh, the smell of this is bringing back memories. And that's it.
Well, that took a long time.
Yeah, a whole long time. You know, I want to try this once. Well, it really wouldn't matter. Well, no, I might be able to. Try to make it into a keto or a lower carb recipe. Monk fruit, you can mix direct even matching sugar. So if you want to do this with a low-cal sugar, you could use 1 cup of the monk fruit sweetener, the butter, the milk, yeah, lactose-free milk maybe, because that's got less sugars in it. The cocoa is fine. And instead of using quick oats, you could use toasted coconut. Just replace it all with that. And again, these recipes are guidelines, not to be taken literally. This isn't the Bible, so you don't have to take it as a word of God. You just take it as a reference to how you want to make them. So if you like toasted coconut, use some toasted coconut. I wouldn't go off the ratios. If it was me, it's calling for 2 cups of oatmeal, so I would do 1 cup of oatmeal, 1 cup of oatmeal, or yeah, coconut. I can't talk about it, I don't know why. That way you're not going to have messing up the ratios too badly. Once you get it mixed, you take 2 spoons, and you just want to drop it onto wax paper or parchment paper. Just make little discs out of it. And really that's it. Once you get them dropped on here, they're going to be too soft to eat for a while. But let them harden up on the counter. They will harden up on the counter. You don't have to refrigerate them. You can, if you want them to harden up a little faster. You can make the little drops bigger if you want. This is probably the only dessert that my brother ever cooked a lot of. I mean, other than, you know, throwing some probably pre-made cookie dough in the oven. And he's got kids, but this is about all he can handle. At least that's all I remember him being able to handle. Did Rick ever cook much other than something like this? I know this was his favorite.
No.
Alright. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me drop this on a sheet. We'll end this one here, and there's even no reason to, you know, show you what they look like later, because they're going to look just like that, only hard. But taste-wise, they're going to taste the same as they do now. And chocolatey, nutty oatmeal. It's delicious. So give them a try. Simple and easy. I'm not sure what the second half of this video is going to be yet. I'm probably not going to shoot the second half till tomorrow, or maybe the day after. Probably Saturday. And I got a couple of recipes to choose from, so we're not even sure yet. Walmart screwed us up today. We were going to do 4 videos today, but Walmart's grocery pickup, 15 minutes before my grocery time, my pickup time, they sent me an email saying that our groceries won't be, they're canceling my order because they had a problem in the store. So no groceries, can't do the other 3 recipes until we get them. That, and I forgot the bourbon. Yeah, one of the recipes uses bourbon.
Yeah, but it'll never give the ingredients.
I got a big bottle, don't worry. So this is where this one's going to end. Next time we cut back, it's going to be starting one of the other 3 recipes we got. We're going to break these up into 2 of them on each of the no bakes. So this will be part 1. Part 2 will be this recipe, and another recipe will be part 1. And then the second video is going to be the other 2 recipes. And then following down the road, we're going to do a no-bake cheesecake battle. So we've got 2 different no-bake cheesecake recipes. And we'll do both those at the same time in the same video and compare both of them when they're done. Because I know which my favorite is. I don't even remember having the other cheesecake. But I know what my favorite is. So I'll stack that one up against the other one any day. But I'll be back in a bit and we'll be doing recipe number 2. On to part 2 of the video. The next recipe we're doing for our no-bake easy summertime don't heat your house up with the oven treats is, I don't even know if this is a personal favorite of mine because she's never made these. I've never made these, and I don't even know if I've ever had these. So we're gonna try it because it has one of my favorite ingredients in it. So with no further ado, we're gonna make bourbon balls. Good old, for me, Maker's Mark 46 is currently one of my favorite bourbons. One of, yeah, I've got more than one. So step 1, pour yourself a glass of bourbon. And this doesn't go in the recipe, this goes in the chef's stomach. Love that stuff. Okay, so this is a simple recipe. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients, no oven, no microwave, nothing. First ingredient is 2.5 cups of finely crushed vanilla wafers. We're just using the cheap store brand. I just read what's on the box. It's a crisp with a sweet artificial vanilla flavor. Yeah, because artificial vanilla is exactly what I want to taste. But anyway, I took them. It's an 11-ounce box is what you're going to need. That's 2.5 cups. I took the bag and I kind of crushed them up coarsely, dropped them in the blender, and I did it in small batches, about 3 batches. And I just put it on the 3rd or 4th setting, and I picked the whole thing up and kind of shook it to make sure that all the vanilla wafers got to the bottom, got crushed. But it comes out very fine. A few little chunks in there, but no biggie. I don't think it's going to matter. Second ingredient to that is 1 cup of XXX sugar. I guess porno sugar, XXX, right?
Yeah.
Okay, powdered sugar. 1 cup of that. 2 tablespoons of cocoa. Burn. I think that's close enough. Alright, if you want to go ahead and refill your
But wait,
container.
there's more.
Well, yeah, we have more, just not going in there. After the 2 tablespoons of cocoa is going to be 3 tablespoons of light corn syrup. Just, again, Baker's Corner. Don't know who makes that. Probably Aldi's.
Aldi's, yes.
Yeah, that's an Aldi's brand. We ain't highfalutin. So 3 tablespoons of this. 1. This stuff is so hard to measure in pork. It's so thick. Half of it stays in the spoon, so I'm going to make up for that what stayed in the spoon. 2. And 3. It calls for light. I don't see that. Probably it's not any reason why you couldn't use the dark if you like the darker flavor better. And this might even be good with molasses. I'll find out after it's all mixed up. You want to get, you know what? To get that off there, I got an idea.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. And the last ingredient is 1/4 cup of bourbon. That would be chef's choice. Now normally I wouldn't use a good high dollar bourbon in something that's, especially that's gonna be baked when a lot of the alcohol gets baked off. Or in, well, that's what I'm saying. In it's something that gets baked, but seeing that this doesn't get baked, I think that bourbon flavor will come through. So I definitely don't have a problem using a good bourbon for this. I know. Some of you are saying that Maker's Mark is probably garbage. I ain't highfalutin. one of the most expensive bourbons I drink. I like Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is another good bourbon, decent bourbon that we get in here. I would not go any further south than Evan Williams in a treat like this. Maybe in a baked good that called for bourbon, but not as something that the flavor's gonna come through. I'm just using the bourbon because it's gonna act like a solvent, and it's gonna help get all that sticky corn syrup off of the spoon, so you're getting that all in the recipe. That was my nifty idea. Did you like that, Ma?
Sure.
All right. So in that goes, and there's no directions. It just says mix well. So put all the ingredients in, and I'm just gonna mix well. Now you don't have to use, like I said, name brand stuff unless there's a particular brand that you like the flavor of, or you like a store that you would rather shop at. That's all fine. You can use, like I said, whatever you want. And this is not coming together at all, Ma.
Use your fingers. Oh, more bourbon.
I don't know, more something.
Use your fingers. Oh, go together.
I'm trying to get it so I don't get as much stuck on my fingers
Then you can
as
lick
I
them.
can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch to the fingers here. Oh, this is gonna be a sticky mess. Why did I let myself get talked into making this?
You talked you into it.
Yeah, I know. Whoever talked me into this is an idiot.
Yes.
Yes, I am. Hey, it's got bourbon in it. It must be good. Alright, so yeah, it's gonna be a sticky mess. So I'm just gonna take it and kind of grab and pinch and smush. Yeah, it's coming better together better. Woohoo! It smells good. Definitely getting a little bourbon snort up the nostrils here. And I know what's going to make this really good is that artificial vanilla flavor in those vanilla wafers.
It'll cover up the bourbon.
Now the number one use of vanilla wafers down here, we're in Alabama. Do you know what the number one use of vanilla wafers is, Mother?
No.
Down here they make banana pudding out of that.
Oh.
I like bananas, and I like the flavor of banana pudding. I don't like the texture of pudding. So for all you, if you say that I'm not a true Southerner because I don't eat banana pudding, if you can find a way that gives me that banana pudding flavor without that pudding consistency, I'll be on board. I just I like custards for some reason. I just don't like puddings. Oh, good Lord, this is taking forever. Give me bourbon ball elbow, kind of like tennis elbow.
A little.
Only more alcoholic. And when your elbow gets sore, get yourself a little pain reliever. Makes everything better. Yeah, there's, like I said, there's no directions on this recipe. There'd be nothing in here that would need to be heated. They're not melting butter. I don't think the corn syrup would act any differently if it was heated. It would evaporate the bourbon off, which you don't want to do. It's finally come together.
As soon as you can make balls, it's good enough.
Well, I'm trying to get all the
goodies?
Yeah, I'm trying to get all the dry ingredients, the vanilla wafers incorporated in. So that's what you got. You're gonna end up with a big softball looking thing. Looks like it's made out of a turd. Pull it apart and you can see it's all incorporated together. And I got a little cookie sheet going here. We're using you know what size this is?
A little one.
Little one. I don't see an ounce size on it.
I don't either.
So we're just gonna we'll do small ones.
I'll roll them.
Okay, roll them to a ball, drop in the sugar. That's I'm assuming to keep them from sticking to the rest of them.
The roof of your mouth.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna have you sit here watching me roll these bourbon balls. So we're gonna cut out of this, and that's all we're doing is we're just making balls, rolling them in sputtered sugar, and we're gonna set them up on the rack. Once we get them all done, I'm gonna pull out what we have left of the cocoa fudge drops, and I'll show you what they look like after they set up for a couple days. We were eating them within an hour of them being.
I don't think it took us an hour.
Yeah, they set up pretty quick, and we were eating them. And I left mine here because we normally, when we cook like this, we'll split it up. I'll take some home, and my dad will get to keep some here. But I knew if I took them home, they would have been gone. And I know they would have, because I got hungry for sweets last night, and I went through my cupboard to make some at my house. Except I don't have any oatmeal in my house, and I don't have any cocoa powder at my house. I was hurting last night for some treats, so I was looking for things to make, and my pantry. My girlfriend and I are getting ready to start a diet, which I'm still gonna do these videos, and I'll still eat some of these sweet treats, just not as many. So my dad will be getting the big chunk of these, or we're gonna have my mom take them to church, the Bible study, or after church, whatever. Maybe find some place that's doing a bake sale and donate some of the goods. Maybe, I don't know. But I was looking for something in the house to make. So if you guys have any more quick, easy, no-bake, quick treats, please, please, please share them down below, because I'm looking for things like that. If you have any keto type sweet treats, even better, because my girlfriend and I are going to kind of do an Atkins / keto / low carb kind of thing. So if you know any good cheats or substitutes that we can use to make our things, add them down below. We've done keto and Atkins before. We just get tired of it pretty quick after a while. So if you got some other ideas, please share them. But we're gonna finish this up. I'm gonna cut to the end here in a bit. So see you in a few seconds. So all my balls have been dipped in powdered sugar. I mean, the bourbon balls have been rolled in powdered sugar. Bourbon's good, what can I say? My mom ate one. They're sticky.
Sticky.
And the last step on the recipe is to let them ripen. I'm assuming you're just meaning let everything soak in, so the bourbon has a chance to soak into the vanilla wafers, and they're probably gonna soften up a little bit, or not be so sticky.
Well, look at chocolate covered cherries. They sit and they make that moisture.
Maybe.
And they're dry when you start out.
Maybe that could be. So this is what we have. We've got the cocoa fudge drops, which we did in the first half of the video, and the bourbon balls. These are 2 days old now. We just put them in a Ziploc bag. I'm gonna hold it up. And kept them in the fridge, because down in the summertime, there's butter and cocoa in there, so it could start to melt a little bit. And that's it. These I've eaten more times than I even can count.
True.
They're so easy to make. It was just a quick little thing, and so delicious. And the bourbon balls, this will be my first one that I know for a fact I'm having as a bourbon ball. I may have had it before. This recipe came from somewhere. She's had it in her little Rolodex, so she might have got it from somebody, and I might have had the bourbon balls made by that person.
I think Jerry McElwain, and I met her in Arizona.
And I've eaten stuff in Arizona at the park, so it could be.
Taste-wise, it's good. Sticky?
There's a lot to chew there. Not really sticky, just kind of chewy. Maybe they're starting to ripen up already. The hint of bourbon, a strong flavor of the vanilla, and some of the cocoa. Not really, for as much powdered sugar that's in there, it's not as sweet as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
So let them ripen up, see what happens. I'll probably do the same thing. Those, I don't think you need to put those in the fridge though. Those can probably just sit in a bag on the counter.
Yeah, because there's nothing in there that would.
Yeah. The bourbon will kill all the bad bacteria. That's why I drink. It's an antibiotic.
Good excuse.
don't need an excuse to drink bourbon. I'm in the South, and it's Kentucky bourbon. I'll just get that straight.
Now, what my friend in Arizona used to do, she'd have these parties, and she'd have a bunch of women from the park come in, and they would all make them together. And you didn't want to walk past that trailer, not when they were making them. It was a little bit noisy in there.
So yeah, more drinking than making bourbon balls. Yeah. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you have, like I said, any recipes that are quick and easy like this, please put the recipe down below in the comments. I'd be happy to see them, try them. And share this, like I say, we're trying to get this video. We actually don't even have any of the videos uploaded yet, so by the time you see this is the 11th or 12th video we're putting there. We're going to upload a bunch of them at once, so when the video goes live, or the channel goes live, there'll be a bunch of videos on there. So we've been doing these for a little bit, and we do it for fun. I would like to, at some point, get monetized through YouTube, just so I have enough money to come back to buy the ingredients so we can keep on doing the weird things. There's one recipe over there that she wants to do, or she suggested I do, but it takes almonds and what was the other?
Dates?
Dates. Yeah, there's no, this is the
Adventures?
No, the other one that you melt in a pan and you rub the chocolate bar on top.
Oh, I don't remember.
It's a toffee something or other.
Oh, yeah.
But it took some, some more premium ingredients. So things like that, if we're going to be trying different recipes, we want to try stuff that actually has premium ingredients. The monetization of videos is just going to help offset some of that so we can keep doing this. I mean, we're going to keep doing it anyway, but, it might be...
might not show you.
Well, no, you can never see us watching boiling hot dogs every week because that's what we can afford. I don't know why I put a Southern redneck twang on that. Not all Southern rednecks are poor. I mean, I'm not poor. I'm getting to be Southern redneck-ish. So if you have anything that you want to share with other people that you might not want to do the video, but you think other people might put the recipe down below and we'll try it on there and hopefully, other people get to see. We'll give you credit. I don't know, we don't know the name. Well, you do know the name of the person that gave
I think Jerry McElwain.
Jerry McElwain from the Las Colinas RV Park. This one here is, you can find this recipe all over the internet, but we've been doing this for close to 50 years, so I have no idea where this recipe came from.
Well, at least as old as you are.
Yeah. We'll give it credit if we do something from somebody else's video, we're going to give that person credit. Unless it's one of our family recipes that we've been doing for years and we have no idea where it comes from, we just consider it our family recipe. These are, again, suggestions on the recipes. This could be modified. We use walnuts. You can use any type of nut in there. You can cut back on the oatmeal and put some toasted coconut in there if you want. You can put chopped up some dates in there. These are suggestions. This is just the base recipe. You can make it yours. Play with it. This one here, I don't know how you would right now. I can't think of anything.
Bourbon.
More bourbon. Well, thank you. I think I will. Play with the recipes. Play with your food. Have fun. That's what this channel is about. So
marshmallows in there.
No marshmallows. So until the next video, which we're going to be doing another no-bake recipe one, the next one will be up in the series and be, again, 2 more recipes. Peanut butter bonbons, but I don't have enough powdered sugar to do that this afternoon. And we're going to do an almond bark candy. And that'll be together as 2 on the same video. That'll be coming up shortly. This one will be number 1. That one will be labeled number 2. We're going to do more of these little short ones like this and just keep labeling them 2, 3, 4. So they're in a series of the no-bake treats. Also today, I'm actually going to cook something that they've never had before. And it's like a hash. We're using venison. It's venison hash. My dad likes hash. So we'll do that. And it's something that I learned from a YouTuber, and I'll give her credit when we get to that video. So stay tuned for that, and hope to see you in another episode. Thank you. Goodbye. A lot of rambling in that one too, huh?
Yeah.
I just can't.
Have another drink.
I think I'll have more bourbon.
They're not a bad tasting.
The texture, I mean.
Once you start chewing it, it's like you gotta chew. I chew.
Yeah, if the texture changes, I'll be a little bit happier.
And I think it will. Have you ever made chocolate covered cherries? make a fondant and you wrap a cherry in that.